If you're thinking about having chickens at home or already enjoy their company, you've surely wondered, when will they start giving us those delicious fresh eggs? It's a key question, and knowing the exact moment when our pullets will become egg producers is very important. Why do I say this? Well, join me in this video and I'll tell you all about it, because from planning our resources to the specific feed they need at that crucial stage and detecting any possible problems in time, everything is connected to that start of laying. So if you want to be prepared and better understand your future or current laying or dual-purpose chickens, stick with me. Let's break down why this information is so valuable. The Rhode Island Red is a truly appreciated breed worldwide for its generosity in laying eggs. Imagine you have some beautiful Rhode Island Red chicks running around your yard. The question is surely, when will I start seeing those first reddish eggs in the nest? The Rhode Island Red, a strong, adaptable breed with a personality that many of us love, and talking about it completely would take a whole video. But let's get to the point. What really interests us now is that magical moment when we hear the first cluck-cluck, announcing the arrival of a new egg. Generally, Rhode Island Reds are quite early to mature. We can expect them to begin their laying cycle around 6 months of age. Of course, this can vary a little bit depending on several factors, such as the genetics of the specific line, the rearing conditions, and the feed they have received since they were small. And speaking of feed, pay attention here. When our young Rhode Island Reds approach that stage of sexual maturity and prepare for laying, their nutritional needs change. Growing feed is no longer enough. They need a starter or layer feed, which generally has a higher percentage of calcium, crucial for the formation of good quality eggshells. Look for feeds that are around 16% to 18% protein, which will provide them with the necessary energy for this new productive cycle, in addition to essential minerals and vitamins. It's important to make this transition gradually to avoid digestive problems and ensure they are ready to give their best. Now hold on, because here comes the good part. A well-cared-for Rhode Island Red is an egg-laying machine. In their first year of laying, we can expect a truly generous production, which can range between 230 and 270 medium to large eggs. These magnificent eggs are achieved by the Rhode Island Red line, directed or created especially for intensive egg production. Imagine the number of omelets, scrambled eggs, and cakes you can prepare with that production. It's wonderful, and the good news doesn't end there. If we keep them in good conditions, Rhode Island Reds have a fairly decent productive laying life, which can extend between 2 and 3 years. After this period, production will naturally begin to decrease, but they can still continue to lay eggs in smaller quantities for some time. But watch out! Not everything is always a bed of roses. There are some little things that can delay that expected start of laying in our Rhode Island Reds. Some common poultry diseases, such as internal or external parasites, mites and lice, can weaken our pullets and affect their development. Also, respiratory problems or bacterial infections can divert their energy from sexual maturation to fighting the disease. In addition, inadequate management, such as stress from overcrowding or sudden changes in their environment, can cause a delay in the start of laying. That's why it's essential to maintain a good prevention program, observe our birds closely, and act quickly at any sign of illness. Now that we have thoroughly explored the start of laying in our Rhode Island Red friends, with their active temperament and those beautiful reddish eggs, it's time to welcome another very popular breed with an unmistakable appearance to the coop, the Plymouth Rock Barred. You've surely seen them, with that black and white striped plumage that makes them stand out. But beyond their beauty, what can we expect from them in terms of egg production? Like Rhode Island Reds, Plymouth Rock Bards are considered early maturing breeds. Generally, they begin laying their first eggs around 5 to 6 months of age. You'll notice that this range is similar to that of Rhode Island Reds, which also makes them an excellent option if you're looking for relatively quick production. However, it's important to remember that, as with any breed, the genetics of the line and the rearing conditions will play an important role in this timeline. Regarding feed, just like their Rhode Island Red companions, when Plymouth Rock Bards approach laying age, a proper diet is essential. They will need that layer feed rich in calcium to ensure good shell quality for their eggs. And in terms of protein percentage, a range between 16% and 18% will continue to be ideal to support their production and maintain their energy. Now let's talk about the generosity of these chickens. While they may not reach the same impressive quantity as some Rhode Island Reds at their peak production, Plymouth Rock Bards are very consistent layers. In their first year of laying, you can expect a production that comfortably sits between 200 and 250 medium to large eggs, which is still an excellent amount for having fresh eggs regularly. In terms of productive longevity, Plymouth Rock Bards also offer us a good window of time. You can count on a consistent and satisfactory laying for approximately 2 to 3 years. After this period, although the laying frequency will gradually decrease, they can still continue to contribute some eggs to your basket. Now let's talk about those factors that could slightly tarnish this picture of fresh eggs. While we mentioned earlier how internal and external parasites can affect Rhode Island Reds, in the case of Plymouth Rock Bards, proper preventative management plays a crucial role in avoiding these problems and ensuring a smooth start to laying. A clean and spacious coop with good ventilation and dry bedding greatly helps prevent the proliferation of mites and lice. Likewise, a regular deworming program, according to the needs of your flock, is essential to keep your birds healthy inside. Remember that a stress-free environment and good hygiene are the first line of defense against many diseases that could delay that expected first laying. We leave behind the barred beauty and consistent laying of the Plymouth Rock to welcome another American breed with a great reputation for its rapid growth and its generous egg production, the New Hampshire. These birds, with their plumage of a beautiful reddish-brown color, are known for being vigorous and adaptable. But when can we expect those first New Hampshire eggs? Just like their American cousins, New Hampshires are relatively early to mature, generally beginning their laying around 6 months of age. So if you're looking for early production, this breed is also an excellent candidate for your coop. Regarding feed, just like with the previous breeds, the key to a good start to laying and sustained production is a quality layer feed. Look for a feed with a protein percentage between 16% and 18% to cover their energy and reproductive needs. Now then, to supplement their diet and offer them variety, you can include chopped leafy greens, like lettuce or chard, as well as some vegetables like grated carrots or zucchini. These extras provide vitamins and fiber, and they'll love pecking at them. In their first year of laying, a well-cared-for New Hampshire chicken can give you a fairly generous production, which sits in a range of 200 to 240 medium to large eggs. A consistent production that will ensure you have fresh eggs to enjoy. The productive laying life of New Hampshires is also very similar to the breeds we've seen, generally offering good production for 2 to 3 years. After this time, the number of eggs will gradually decrease. Regarding the diseases that can delay the start of laying, just like with other breeds, New Hampshires are susceptible to internal and external parasites, as well as respiratory problems. Good management and constant observation are crucial. With their beautiful rounded plumage and their calm temperament, the Wyandotte breed is a favorite of many breeders. Let's see what awaits us in terms of the start of laying. With their soft curves and a great variety of colors and patterns in their plumage, Wyandottes are truly attractive birds. But beyond their aesthetics, when can we expect them to delight us with their eggs? Compared to Rhode Island Reds and New Hampshires, Wyandottes tend to be a bit less precocious. Generally, they begin their laying a little later, between 6 and 7 months of age. This slightly slower maturation doesn't mean they are bad layers. On the contrary, they simply take a little more time to reach their peak. Regarding feed, just like with all our laying friends, a balanced diet is essential. A layer feed with 16% to 18% protein and a good supply of calcium is fundamental for consistent production and good quality eggs. As an additional alternative to supplement their diet, you can occasionally offer them seeds like sunflower or cracked corn in small quantities. These are a good source of energy and healthy fats, but remember that they should be a supplement and not the basis of their diet. A well-cared-for Wyandotte is a consistent and reliable layer. In their first year of laying, you can expect a production that sits in the range of 180 to 220 medium to large eggs. While they may not reach the numbers of Rhode Island Reds, their consistency throughout the year is a great advantage. The productive life of Wyandottes is also quite good, offering satisfactory laying for about 3 to 4 years. This makes them an excellent long-term option for those looking for consistent production over several years. Regarding diseases, just like other breeds, Wyandottes can be affected by internal and external parasites, as well as respiratory problems. Good management is crucial for prevention. A specific tip for Wyandottes, due to their dense plumage, is to pay special attention to the early detection of external parasites like mites, as they can hide easily among their feathers. Periodic checks are important to keep them healthy and productive. With their bright white plumage and those distinctive black markings, Delawares are birds that really stand out in the coop. But when will they begin to grace us with their white eggs? Delawares are situated in an intermediate point in terms of precocity. Generally, they begin their laying from 5.5 to 6.5 months of age. A bit similar to the Plymouth Rock Barred, they offer a relatively early start to production, which makes them an attractive option for those who want fresh eggs within a reasonable time frame. Regarding feed, just like with all the breeds we've seen, a balanced diet is fundamental for a good start to laying and consistent production. A layer feed with a protein content of 16% to 18% and an adequate supply of calcium is essential. To vary their diet and provide them with additional nutrients, you can consider offering them small quantities of ripe fruits like pieces of apple or berries. These are a good source of vitamins and antioxidants, and your Delawares will love them as an occasional treat. Delawares are considered good layers. In their first year of laying, you can expect a production that sits in the range of 200 to 250 large eggs. Their consistency in laying makes them a reliable option for having fresh, quality eggs. The productive life of Delawares is also quite good, offering satisfactory laying for approximately 2 to 3 years. This makes them an option to consider if you're looking for consistent production over several cycles. Regarding the diseases that could delay the start of laying, just like with other breeds, Delawares can be susceptible to internal and external parasites, as well as respiratory problems. Good management is crucial for prevention. A specific tip for Delawares, due to their active nature and their fondness for exploring, is to make sure your coop is well fenced and free of sharp or dangerous objects that could cause them injury. Any injury or stress can affect their development and delay the start of laying. A safe environment is key to their well-being and production. With their glossy black plumage and their calm demeanor, Australorps are birds that radiate serenity in the henhouse. But don't let their calmness fool you, they are champion layers. Let's see when we can expect their first brown eggs. Black Australorps are known for being early to medium maturing. Generally, they begin their laying cycle between 5 and 6 months of age. Just like other breeds we've seen, they offer a fairly timely start to production, which makes them an excellent option for those looking for good production in a reasonable amount of time. Regarding feed, just like with all our laying chickens, a balanced diet is fundamental to ensure a good start to laying and consistent production. A layer feed with a protein content between 16% and 18% and an adequate supply of calcium is essential. To offer them nutritious variation, you can consider supplementing their diet with cooked legumes like lentils or peas in small quantities. These are a good source of vegetable protein and fiber, and Australorps usually like them a lot. Regarding egg production, this is where the Australorp really shines. They are exceptional layers. In their first year of laying, a well-cared-for chicken can lay the impressive amount of 250 to 300 medium to large brown eggs. Their reputation as excellent layers is well-deserved. The productive life of Australorps is also remarkable. You can expect generous and consistent laying for about 3 to 4 years. This makes them a long-term investment for those looking for reliable egg production over several years. Regarding the diseases that could delay the start of laying, just like with other breeds, black Australorps can be susceptible to internal and external parasites, as well as respiratory problems. Good management is crucial for prevention. A specific tip for Australorps, due to their dense and dark plumage, is to pay attention to signs of overheating in hot climates. Make sure they have access to plenty of shade and fresh water, as heat stress could affect their development and delay laying. Keeping them cool and comfortable is key to their well-being and production. Let's welcome the imposing Jersey Giant, one of the largest and heaviest chicken breeds in the world. Despite their size, they're also decent layers. Let's find out when they start laying their big eggs. With their large size and docile temperament, these birds are true gentle giants in the henhouse. But when can we expect the first eggs from these colossal chickens? Unlike the breeds we've seen so far, Jersey Giants are known to be later to mature. Generally, they begin their laying cycle between 7 and 9 months of age. Their larger body size requires a bit more time to reach sexual maturity. Patience, breeders. The wait will be worth it for those big eggs. As for feed, just like with all our birds, a balanced diet is essential for good development and adequate production. A layer feed with a protein content between 16% and 18% and a good supply of calcium is crucial. Given their larger size, you might consider occasionally offering them whole grains, like oats or wheat, as a supplement. These provide them with additional energy and fiber, contributing to their overall well-being. While they aren't the most prolific layers, Jersey Giants offer a respectable production of large eggs. In their first year of laying, you can expect a production that falls in the range of 150 to 200 large to extra-large brown eggs. The quality and size of their eggs are truly remarkable. The productive life of Jersey Giants is also quite good, offering satisfactory laying for about 2 to 3 years. Although their annual production may not be the highest, their productive longevity makes them an interesting option for those who value large eggs and an imposing presence in the henhouse. Regarding diseases that could delay the start of laying, just like with other breeds, Jersey Giants can be susceptible to internal and external parasites, as well as respiratory problems. Good management is crucial for prevention. A specific tip for Jersey Giants due to their size is to ensure they have enough space in the henhouse and run to move comfortably. Overcrowding can cause stress and increase susceptibility to diseases, which could delay the start of laying. Space and comfort are key for these gentle giants. The Orpington is a very popular British breed, appreciated for its calm temperament, good egg production, and beautiful soft and abundant plumage. Let's find out when they start laying their light brown eggs. With their fluffy plumage and affable character, these birds are a charming addition to any henhouse. But when will we start finding those light brown eggs in their nests? Orpingtons are considered a medium to late maturing breed. Generally, they begin their laying cycle between 6 and 8 months of age. Just like the Jersey Giant, their development towards sexual maturity takes a bit longer compared to earlier maturing breeds. As for feed, just like with all our chickens, a balanced diet is fundamental for a good start to laying and consistent production. A layer feed with a protein content between 16% and 18% and an adequate supply of calcium is essential. To supplement their diet and keep them entertained, you can occasionally offer them small amounts of chopped fresh herbs, such as parsley or basil. These provide vitamins and can stimulate their pecking instinct. Orpingtons are considered good layers of medium to large eggs. In their first year of laying, you can expect a production that falls in the range of 170 to 220 light brown eggs. Their calm temperament often translates into consistent and uneventful production. The productive life of Orpingtons is also quite good, offering satisfactory laying for approximately 3 to 4 years. Their longevity and their quiet nature make them an excellent option for those looking for pleasant company and consistent long-term egg production. A specific tip for Orpingtons, due to their dense plumage, is to ensure they have dry and protected areas in the henhouse, especially during rainy periods. Their abundant plumage can retain moisture, which could predispose them to skin or respiratory problems if they aren't kept in a dry environment. A dry and clean environment is fundamental for their health and production. With their large size, abundant plumage, and those characteristic feathers on their legs, Brahmas are birds that really catch the eye in the henhouse. But when will we start finding those light to dark brown eggs in their nests? Just like the Jersey Giant, Brahmas are known to be later to mature. Generally, they begin their laying cycle between 7 and 10 months of age. Their large size and body development require a longer period before reaching sexual maturity. Patience, the elegance, and the big eggs will arrive. As for feed, just like with all our big friends, a balanced diet is fundamental for good development and adequate production. To supplement their diet and support their bone structure, you might consider occasionally offering them foods rich in phosphorus, such as small amounts of wheat bran or pumpkin seeds. While they aren't the most prolific layers, Brahmas offer a decent production of large eggs. In their first year of laying, you can expect a production that falls in the range of 130 to 180 large light to dark brown eggs. Their egg size and majestic presence are their strong points. The productive life of Brahmas is also quite good, offering satisfactory laying for about 2 to 3 years. Their longevity, combined with their calm temperament, makes them an excellent option for those looking for a large and manageable breed. A specific tip for Brahmas, due to their feathered legs, is to pay special attention to keeping their legs clean and dry to avoid the accumulation of mud and dirt, which could predispose them to leg health problems. Regular checks and a clean environment are fundamental for their well-being and production. Transylvanian naked neck. With their distinctive featherless neck, these birds are unmistakable in the henhouse. But beyond their exotic appearance, when will we start finding those light brown to reddish eggs in their nests? Naked necks are generally early to medium maturing. They usually begin their laying cycle between 5 and 7 months of age. This places them in a similar range to many of the good production breeds we've already explored. To supplement their diet and boost their immune system, you might consider occasionally offering them small amounts of chopped garlic or onion in their food. These foods are believed to have antibacterial and antiparasitic properties beneficial for birds. Naked necks are considered good layers. In their first year of laying, you can expect a production that falls in the range of 180 to 220 medium to large light brown to reddish eggs. Their hardiness and adaptability to different climates make them reliable layers. The productive life of naked necks is also quite good, offering satisfactory laying for approximately 2 to 3 years. Their general resistance contributes to their productive longevity. A specific tip for this breed is to pay attention to protecting their naked neck from sunburn in hot weather and frostbite in cold weather. Make sure they have access to shade and a warm shelter to protect this sensitive area. Extreme environmental conditions could cause them stress and delay the start of laying. With their soft plumage and their various color varieties, Sussex are charming and productive birds in the henhouse. But when will we start finding those light brown to cream eggs in their nests? They start laying eggs at around 6 months of age. This makes them an attractive option for those looking for relatively quick egg production. To supplement their diet and provide them with additional fiber, you might consider occasionally offering them small amounts of oat or barley bran. Sussex are considered good layers. In their first year of laying, you can expect a production that falls in the range of 200 to 250 medium to large, light brown to cream eggs. Their consistency in laying makes them a reliable option for having fresh eggs regularly. The productive life of Sussex is also quite good, offering satisfactory laying for approximately 2 to 3 years. Their adaptability and hardiness contribute to their productive longevity. A specific tip for Sussex, due to their active nature and their fondness for exploring, is to ensure they have enough space to move around and forage if possible. Exercise and a stimulating environment help keep them healthy and reduce stress, which promotes a timely start to laying. Although not a pure breed, but a hybrid, created for its efficiency in egg production, the Black Star has earned a special place in many henhouses. But when will we start finding those abundant brown eggs in their nests? Black Stars are famous for their early start to laying. Generally, they begin their laying cycle between 4 and 5 months of age. Their hybrid genetics are precisely designed for rapid sexual maturation and early egg production. A specific consideration for Black Stars, due to their high laying rate, is to ensure they always have access to enough fresh food and water to meet their metabolic demands. Annual production is where the Black Star really impresses. They are exceptional layers, with an annual production that can reach the astonishing figure of 280 to 300 large dark brown eggs. Their efficiency in egg production is one of their greatest advantages. While their production in the first year is very high, the productive life of Black Stars can be a bit shorter compared to some pure breeds. Generally, their best production occurs during 1 to 2 years. After this period, the laying rate will begin to decline more noticeably. A specific tip for Black Stars, due to their high production rate, is to closely monitor their physical condition. Make sure they are not losing weight excessively and that their plumage remains healthy. Such an intense laying rhythm can demand a lot from their bodies, so good nutrition and observation are key to keeping them productive and healthy. Let's welcome the active and prolific Leghorn, an Italian breed famous for its efficiency in laying white eggs. Originating from Italy, this breed is world-renowned for its impressive ability to lay white eggs and its active nature. But when will we start finding those abundant white eggs in their nests? Leghorns are champions when it comes to an early start to laying. Generally, they begin their laying cycle between 4 and 5 months of age. Their rapid metabolism and focus on egg production lead them to sexual maturity very quickly. A balanced and nutritious diet is crucial to maintain their laying rhythm. A high-quality layer feed with a protein content between 16% and 18% and an adequate supply of calcium is essential. A specific consideration for Leghorns, given their active nature, is to ensure they have enough space to move around and burn energy. An enriched environment with perches and areas to explore can help prevent boredom and stress, which indirectly promotes good production. The Leghorn is a white egg-laying machine. In their first year of laying, a well-cared-for chicken can lay the impressive amount of 280 to 310 large, pure white eggs. Their efficiency and consistency in laying are legendary. Like other high-production layers, the best production of Leghorns generally occurs during 1 to 2 years. After this period, the laying rate will begin to decline, although they may still continue to lay eggs for some time. A specific tip for Leghorns, due to their nervous and active nature, is to minimize stress in their environment. Loud noises, sudden changes, or the presence of predators can affect their well-being and delay laying. A calm and safe environment is fundamental for their health and productivity. I've saved the best for last. Let's welcome the super efficient and popular high-production hybrid line Isa Brown. These chickens are true champions in laying brown eggs and are chosen by many commercial and backyard breeders for their exceptional productivity. Let's find out when they start filling our baskets with their brown eggs. Although not a pure breed, but a hybrid line carefully developed for the massive laying of brown eggs, the Isa Brown has become synonymous with efficiency and productivity in countless henhouses around the world. When can we expect that avalanche of brown eggs? The Isa Brown is famous for its extremely early start to laying. Generally, they begin their laying cycle around 4 months of age, and sometimes even a little earlier. Their hybrid genetics are specifically designed for very rapid sexual maturation and early and abundant egg production. As for feed, just like with other high production lines, high quality and well-balanced nutrition is absolutely crucial to sustain such an intense laying rhythm. A premium layer feed with a protein content between 16% and 18% and an optimal supply of calcium and other minerals is essential. A crucial consideration for Isa Browns is to ensure they have constant access to plenty of fresh food and clean water. Their high production rate demands a constant nutritional supply to avoid health problems and maintain egg quality. Prepare to be amazed. The Isa Brown is a true brown egg-laying machine. In their first year of laying, a well-managed chicken can lay the incredible amount of around 300 to 350 large brown eggs. Their efficiency is simply unsurpassed. Due to their genetic focus on massive production over a short period, the optimal productive life of Isa Browns is usually about 1.5 years. After this period, the laying rate will begin to decline more significantly. Many commercial producers often replace their flocks after this period to maintain maximum efficiency. Regarding diseases that could delay the start of laying, just like with other birds, Isa Browns can be susceptible to internal and external parasites, as well as respiratory problems. Good management and biosecurity are fundamental. A specific tip for Isa Browns, given their high laying intensity, is to carefully monitor their bone health and eggshell quality. The high demand for calcium can lead to problems if the diet isn't adequate or if they don't have access to calcium supplements like oyster shell. Ensuring an adequate calcium intake is vital to maintain their health and egg quality throughout their productive cycle. We've reached the end of this first journey into the fascinating world of the start of egg laying in some of the most popular and productive breeds. I hope all this information has been very useful for you to better understand your birds or to decide which ones to incorporate into your henhouse. But watch out, the universe of laying breeds is vast, and we still have many other wonders to explore. Would you like us to continue discovering when other equally important breeds with unique characteristics start laying eggs? I would love to continue sharing this passion with you. So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you very much for your company. And now I want to ask you something very special. Leave me in the comments what other laying chicken breeds you would like us to talk about in future videos. Is there any particular one that intrigues you or about which you would like to know more details about its start of laying? Your opinion is fundamental to continue creating content that interests you, so don't hesitate to leave your comment below. And if you like this video, a good like is always welcome. Share this information with other chicken lovers, and if you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos where we will continue to explore this exciting poultry world. For your success, fellow breeder, until next time.